Today we are going to cover the 7 steps to a proper artificial turf installation. It's time to remove the lawn that caused you so much frustration over the years. The water bills, brown spots, mowing, and mud. Say goodbye to it all. We recommend removing 4 inches of your existing lawn or base. Keep in mind that soil builds up fast, so we recommend having a dump trailer on site. You need to ensure that you take the proper measurements to dispose of your existing base properly. You can check your local city's website for information on how to properly dispose of your soil. Evenly spread 3 inches of Class 2 road base or something similar while you'll be installing your artificial grass. The road base will make it easy to create a level platform with proper drainage. In most cases, we recommend using gopher wire and weed barrier to prevent vegetation and pests from sprouting through your new yard. Weed barrier is not recommended if you have pets. Lightly wet the area and go over it with a compactor until you achieve a smooth surface. Roll out your new artificial grass and be careful not to drag your turf across the freshly prepared base. It's best to allow your turf to sit in the sun for 30 minutes to an hour to let it expand prior to installation. If you're working with multiple rolls, it's very important that the blade direction and stitch pattern are facing the same way. Crossing the blade directions will result in a poor appearance. Carefully nudge and move your artificial grass into the proper position. We recommend wearing knee pads to protect your knees and shins so you can manipulate the turf. A carpet kicker could also come in handy to stretch and maneuver the turf. Next, you'll need to make the appropriate cuts. We recommend using a box cutter or carpet knife. All cuts should be made from the back of the synthetic grass so you can see the stitch rows. When making the cut, leave 1/4 to 1/2 inch of turf over the edge of your border. This will help with the finishing touches at the end of your project. If you're working with multiple pieces of synthetic grass, this is the perfect time to secure your seams with seam tape and glue. Be sure that the blades of your turf are laying the same direction when seaming and that space between each stitch row matches. Place the red line of your seam tape down the center of the seam and make an S pattern with the glue on each side of the red line. Move turf into the place and let the glue set for 15 minutes. You can then place your infill bags evenly on the seam to enforce contact with the seam tape. To secure your artificial grass to the ground, start by tucking the 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch edge you left into the border with a metal putty knife and a hammer. We suggest using 40 D5-inch non-galvanized turf nails or staples. Using a hammer, gently tap the nail or staple until it pierces the backing. Disperse the turf blades with the fingers and drive the nail or staple into the ground. A nail or staple should be placed every 6 inches along the outside perimeter and every 2 feet on the inside areas. Be sure to reinforce your seamed areas with a few nails or staples. We recommend brushing the turf with a power broom or push broom before adding any infill. It is extremely important that you meet the proper infill requirements for the turf system you've purchased. The proper amount of infill will affect the appearance, performance, and lifespan of your artificial grass. Please ask your sales rep for infill requirements if you are unsure of the requirements for your specific product. There are many different types of appropriate infills that may be used. Options include acrylic-coated sand, zeolite, silica sand, or even crumb rubber. We recommend using a drop spreader to evenly disperse the proper amount of infill. Once the infill has been placed, use a power broom or another stiff bristled broom to brush the turf. This will assist the turf blades in standing straight up and make your new artificial lawn look like freshly mowed grass. Repeat the process until your infill is spread evenly and your seams disappear. Brushing up your turf blades will be the only quarterly maintenance we recommend outside of proper sanitation if you have pets. Once the infill has been placed, brush against the grass blades to get the blades standing. Lastly, rinse the grass of all remaining dust and infill. There you go, our 7 steps to properly install artificial turf. We look forward to seeing your completed project soon.